Hey, how are you?
Hello.
If y'all could just be respectful of our pickleball court over there, we'd appreciate it.
Alright, go ahead, guys.
So you get after pickleball, huh?
Yeah.
Good?
No, Coach, we played Coach Rule yesterday. There was probably about 30 people tried to team up and beat him, and Jarrett Wishon, and he was about 30-0. He beat the brakes off of us, so we're all chasing Coach Rule in the pickleball world.
I know last week on the radio you said you wanted to throw a lot at these guys and see what they could handle. How's it gone a few days in and that process, I guess?
We did throw a lot at them, so we accomplished that. The ebb and flows of practice is pretty consistent with what it usually is over the last couple of years that we've been doing this. Is a lot of guys are grinding at it. We've practiced more than we've met since spring break, and so they left for a week after we installed a lot of the stuff before spring break, and we're on their own. Then they came back and we went right into practicing. So, I would say they're above average from a retention standpoint. It's just now, it's one thing to retain it; it's another thing to go execute it consistently.
How many people have asked you what the offense is going to be like, just walking around, and even your players? Like, how often do you get that question, and what do you tell them?
Not a lot from the players because they can kind of watch the the stuff that we've done in the past and see. Everybody wants to know what it looks like, and in our brain, you kind of know what you want it to look like, but it's always going to be, you're always going to go to the side of what you have from a personnel standpoint. The one consistent thing that we can guarantee is we're going to try to play clean football, protect the football. People talk about balanced offense. It's not, throw it 50%, run it 50%. It's just there's going to be times in the game we need to run the ball, and we got to be able to do that at a high level. And there's going to be times in a game where we need to throw the ball, and we need to do that at a high level. So everything we do daily is just trying to inch closer to those goals.
It's still the first week, but what are some of your early impressions of how things are going for y'all?
I love this team. I love offense, defense, not just the offense, but just from the off season to competition week to first couple days of spring practice. These guys compete. They like to play football. They like each other, like being around each other, they like competing against each other. So I'm real excited about where I think, I'm not coming out of 3 days thinking, oh, crap, this is what I thought it was going to be. It's even higher than I thought it would possibly be from just, what we have a chance to do here.
What kind of personnel do you feel like you have at this point? Like, where do you feel like you're strong based on what you have in the games?
After 3 days, I don't want to say something, and then after week 10 or whatever you said after the third day of practice, but I'm really excited. The core group of our offensive line is working well. They're, Coach Raiola does an unbelievable job with those guys. They're a very tight-knit group. We have a lot of tight ends with a lot of different bodies that can do a lot of, really cool things. And, that's the hardest position on the field. So when we talk about throwing a lot at guys, they have like double of everything because they have to pass protect, they have to, run block, they have to go run routes. So they're the ones that are having to really go extra in the classroom to make sure that they're ready to go at practice. Running backs, been productive thus far. Had a good day today, and then the quarterbacks we have 5 quarterbacks that have started games in college. So just they're competing every day. Just trying to make sure that Coach Rule is different than any coach I've ever worked for. He wants every single human to get as many reps as they possibly can. He's not one of those guys that's just going to be the good players get reps. Everybody's getting reps, so that's a blessing for us with as many quarterbacks as we have because they're getting a lot of reps and getting a lot of not only just mental reps but physical reps.
Could you say who's getting the most reps at quarterback with the ones right now?
I promise you they're as balanced as possible because we went into it trying to see what every one of them can do. And we do the way that we do our team periods. It's split up where basically they're alternating every certain amount of plays. So they're not all equal, but they're all within probably 10 plays of each other.
You've got some veteran guys who are new to the program, like Billy and of course Jeff. How have those guys? What's the learning curve like for them in comparison to guys who have been together for a few years?
It's Billy and Jeff are both unique because they've played a ton of football. Billy's a very high he loves football. He's super hyper competitive, and he wants the ball. And he's caught a lot of balls. When he was at Virginia, he's a very very smart kid, very very high football IQ kid. So things are coming pretty natural to him. Jeff's the same way. Jeff's, he's played for some really good coaches, some really good coordinators in the last couple of years, some really good quarterback coaches. So he already has kind of a process of learning So this is not really, it's new to him, and he's got to go get, the reps so he can be successful at it. But it's not overwhelming. I think it's been not an easy transition, but not a very hard one for him.
Marcus, what makes Billy so versatile? What does he do really well?
Well, he's really, really tough, and he's, knock on wood, very, very tough, durable, and he can do, many things for you. He is small in stature, but, he can play inside, he can play outside. He can go in the backfield, do things out of the backfield at times. So, he's shown at his time at Virginia, and then shown, just short amount of time here that he's able to do, a bunch of different things for this offense.
You guys have had a lot of changes just in the 3 months you've been here at the tight end spot. Position changes, transfers, guys who've left, guys who are new. What's your vision for that position with the players you have out there right now?
Well, we have the body types. It's what we've always, what I've always wanted to have on an offense. I've never had this many tight ends, but I mean, we want to be in 13 personnel at times. Where you have a tight end that's maybe a bigger guy that puts his hand down and he's blocking the CD gap, and you have another tight end that might be a little bit shorter that's playing more of the fullback type, and then you have another tight end that might be just a little bit undersized and he's playing in the slot, but they're all tight ends and they're all having to be counted as tight ends. So as many as we can get out there at once is awesome for me. I think we're going to have a chance to have really good depth at that position.
Coach, Rule mentioned Janair Bonner is a guy who's getting work there in the chess piece. What does that mean for you?
He's just super athletic, and he's the number one thing is he had to accept the role, and he's done. He's not flinched, and he's gotten better and better and better. Just we were out in pads today, so the first thing you want to see is will he put his face in there, and he did all day today. So with his explosiveness and continuing to shape his body the right way to get to where he can play that position, I think that he will be a really good piece for us. Being able to use him again, another guy. We talked about it earlier on. We're a positionless offense. Like our tight ends can play running backs. Our running backs can play receiver. Our receivers can go play tight end. Our quarterbacks can go play receiver. We're gonna whatever you do, we're gonna line you up everywhere. And so it's good to have him as another piece that can go in the backfield as well.
What are you specifically looking for from Sims these first 5 practices, first part of spring?
Take care of the football. I mean, I know what he's got from a physicality standpoint. He's got really good arm talent. I want to see him be accurate, and I want to see him take care of the football. We told everybody, from anyone who touches the football, if you don't take care of the football, you will not play. And so at every position, especially quarterback, you got to show that you're going to be responsible with the ball in your hands and make sure that we have it after every whistle blows.
Do you feel like you're going to be able to do more of what you wanted to do here than you were able to do in the previous stop?
I don't know. I mean, I would love, I guess, in the press conferences to make everybody feel good. Yeah, that'd be great. I don't know yet. I mean, after 3 practices, I've again never had this many big human beings before. Large human beings, especially this many tight ends and fullback types and stuff. So, we're gonna strive to be what we're come into this world to be, which is physical and tough, and run the football, and take care of the football and keep the defense off the field, and that's what we're striving to do.
Do you feel like the way that you think about the game is a good fit for the Big Ten?
I think so. I mean, I've never been in the Big Ten, but growing up, if you said, what is the Big Ten, I would have thought it would be a lot how I think, And it's not just ground and pound, because with every ground and pound is a play action shot of 70 yards. So I think that's kind of how we're built, and, we're going to strive to go in that direction. But again, whatever personnel we have is what's going to show up on the field on Saturdays.
Who are a few of those fullback types?
I'm not. I learned a long time ago, don't say a name because you'll forget one. And after 3 practices, we'll talk about that after spring.
How have you seen Ben Scott, fit in as a veteran guy, be a command center on that O-line?
Well, I, obviously wasn't here last year, and Ben came in the same time that I came in, and so literally you're at practice, you would have thought Ben had been the starter here for the last 3 seasons. And again, I think that's Coach Raiola and how he does his room and how he teaches, and they're a brotherhood in that room, and they take care of each other, and they're a very tight-knit group. So he's stepped right in, and I mean, it's just a natural fit, I believe.
Marcus, what'd you see from Marie Gilbert? Just initial reaction.
Freak, man. He's super gifted, really good, very, very, very good kid, really gifted. Flashes at times when he does things. It's mind-boggling to be that big and be able to move your body like he does. So really excited where he's going off the field and on the field.
So speaking with size, do you care to mention how big he came into camp?
I mean, he's somewhere around 270, 280 right now.
And speed still?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's good.
What does he need to kind of stay on the right track in terms of his
Just maintain the focus on and off the field, coming in, studying like he's been doing, learning the offense, and just putting him in situations where he can be successful. I think it's as much on us as coaches as it is on him. The easy things to say, well, he needs to do this to be successful, is what do we need to do for him to allow him to be successful.
One more guy. Pretty big weekend for you guys. Obviously, you can't mention names or anything like that, but what are you guys trying to accomplish with a big weekend like that?
We're trying to show guys, what it's like to be a Cornhusker, and you're going to come and get coached. You're going to be respected, and you're going to get coached hard, and you're going to get developed into pro players if that's ultimately what you were destined to do. And you're going to be developed into great men, great husbands, great doctors, great lawyers if that's what you're destined to do. We're going to do it the right way. We got a special place. We have a special fan base. We have unbelievable facilities, and it's an unbelievable opportunity and an unbelievable conference to do. You can accomplish any dream that you have if you come play here.
Let's say you're sitting in front of a quarterback and you want to turn on an NFL film and say, this is the guy that I kind of like envision an ideal quarterback being in college. Who's the NFL quarterback you turn on?
I mean, I like all of them. I mean, I'm not putting pressure. I love watching Brock Purdy play. I think he's fun as heck to watch, not just because Chubb is here, but, seeing him when we were at Baylor and Iowa State, it's fun to watch. You put me on the spot there. Dak Prescott, I love Dak Prescott. Obviously, you like Mahomes, you like all those guys. But, again, I tell our guys, I'll put my dog out there to play quarterback if he takes care of the ball and helps us win games. So we don't care what shape, size it looks like. We just want him to take care of the football and be a winner.
What's the dog's name?
I have 3 of them.
All right.
Coach Satterfield is one of them. And I have Winnie and Annabella. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Brian.